Welcome back, everyone. Angel here, and if you're listening, chances are you're already part of a major economic seismic shift that's happening right now. For generations, the concept of extra income, a second source of funds, felt like a luxury, something that only those with endless time or a Rolodex of connections could even consider. It was a bonus, a nice to have. But fast forward to 2026, and that narrative, that outdated perception, has completely shattered. We're deep into an era where the side hustle isn't just common, it's a financial lifeline for the vast majority. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. We're talking about a staggering 72% of U.S. workers who are now relying on a second income stream. Now let that sink in for a moment. 72%. That's not a fringe activity. That's not a trend that might fade. That's a fundamental, unignorable shift in our economic reality. Why? Because the primary paycheck, the one you get from your main job, simply isn't stretching far enough anymore. I see it, you feel it. Rent is up 31% since 2019. Mortgages are hitting highs we haven't seen since 2008. Survival isn't just about showing up to your main gig from 9 to 5. It's about strategically building multiple revenue streams, creating a financial architecture that can withstand the unpredictable storms of life and the economy. So, if you're one of those millions, if you're ambitious, you're driven, and you're aiming to build something significant on the side, you're likely grappling with a critical resource: time. There are only so many hours in the day. The question isn't whether you should build these streams, but how to do it without collapsing under the sheer weight of it all. Because let's be honest, burnout is a very real beast. We're seeing 32% of side hustlers pushing through despite exhaustion, and 31% admitting to prioritizing income over their actual well-being. This isn't about advocating for you to push harder. Oh no, that's a recipe for disaster. This is about working smarter, with surgical precision, to maximize your limited, precious time. Now here's where it gets interesting, and it brings us to the core problem we all face: time scarcity and mental bandwidth. Your full-time job, by its very nature, demands the lion's share of your brain power, your focus, your energy. So when exactly are you supposed to innovate, strategize, and execute on your side venture? Most people, and I've seen this countless times in my own journey and with the entrepreneurs I mentor, they hit a wall right here. They think the answer is to do more of everything, and they end up, predictably, doing nothing well. This is precisely where strategic choices become non-negotiable. Don't for a second mistake activity for actual progress. Your side hustle time is gold. Every single minute must be intentional, high leverage, and moving the needle. Let's dive into some actionable strategies. First up, the polyworking edge and time blocking. Remember when we were fed the narrative that job loyalty was the ultimate virtue? That's a relic, a bygone era. Today, the savvy entrepreneur, the intelligent side hustler, understands that job loyalty is a two-way street that often leads to a dead end. We're seeing 11% of side hustlers now engaged in what we call polyworking. This is managing their side income activity during their primary job hours. Now, let's be crystal clear. This isn't about slacking off, not at all. It's about optimizing periods of low demand or leveraging flexible work environments that some primary jobs offer. Does your 9 to 5 have downtime? Convert that into development time for your side project. Are you on a dull, low-engagement video call where your presence is more ceremonial than essential? Use that audio input to fuel your brain while you ideate or outline for your other venture. Time blocking isn't just for scheduling, it's for resource allocation. You need to block out specific, uninterrupted segments of your day or week for your side hustle. And you must treat these blocks like non-negotiable appointments with your future self. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is more important than showing up for those strategic blocks. But let's step back for a moment and talk about the future, which is very much here now. My second strategy is simple yet revolutionary: AI as your unpaid intern. Currently, only 10% of respondents are already using AI to automate tasks, and frankly, that number should be 100%. If you're not leveraging AI tools for content generation, for market research, for social media scheduling, or for customer service automation, then you are not just leaving money on the table, you're leaving vast amounts of your precious time there too. You are effectively hiring manual labor, painstakingly completing tasks that could be directed to a robot. Think about every single repetitive, low creative task in your side hustle. Can ChatGPT write that email for you? Can Midjourney generate that graphic, freeing up hours of design work? Can an AI tool analyze competitor data and pull out insights in minutes? The answer, almost universally, is yes. The goal here isn't replacement, it's amplification. You provide the strategic direction, the vision, the unique human insight, and AI handles the grunt work, the heavy lifting of execution. I've personally watched founders spend hours painstakingly crafting social media posts, agonizing over every word. Meanwhile, an AI could draft 10 variations in minutes, allowing them to focus their human genius on high-level strategy or crucial product development. The competitive gap this creates, my friends, is simply immense. And this is the part that really caught my attention. Strategy number 3, and it's about ruthless prioritization and the timeless 80-20 rule. Not all tasks are created equal. You must, and I mean must, identify the 20% of activities that will yield 80% of your results. This isn't just about saying no. It's about having the courage to say no to distractions, to shiny objects that glitter but don't add value, and even to good ideas that aren't great ideas for your immediate, defined goals. If you're building a SaaS product, does spending endless hours perfecting the intricate details of your logo really move the needle on user acquisition or product functionality? Probably not. You need to focus on core features, rapid user feedback integration, and market validation. If you're running an agency, your time is best spent on client acquisition, delivering demonstrative results, and building relationships, not on endless website tweaks that nobody truly notices. To implement this, you need a clear process. First, define your North Star. What's the one metric that absolutely drives your side income forward right now? Second, audit your tasks. List everything you do for your side hustle. Then, ruthlessly eliminate or automate. Can it be cut entirely? Can an AI do it faster and better? Can you delegate it, even a micro task, to a freelancer for a few dollars? And finally, focus on high impact. Dedicate your best energy, your peak mental hours, to the remaining, truly critical tasks. This clarity is your superpower. My final strategy, and one that often gets overlooked, is the strategic allocation of your side income. Why are you doing all of this? For many, and this is a powerful motivator, it's about financial security, about building a shield against uncertainty. The data tells us that 46% of side hustlers fund at least 25% of their monthly retirement savings through this work. Understand this. This isn't fun money. This is freedom money. Do not, under any circumstances, let it disappear into lifestyle creep. Direct a significant portion of your side income immediately into high-yield savings, into strategic investments, or into aggressive debt reduction. This immediate allocation reinforces your why. It builds an instant, tangible reward for your efforts, and critically, it strengthens your resolve against burnout. There's a quote from the 2026 Side Hustle Retirement Fund report that resonates deeply with me. A side hustle can mean the difference between long-term security and a prolonged career, even if you have to sacrifice your time and mental health. That quote highlights the brutal truth of our current economic landscape. The sacrifice is real, folks, but the outcome, if you play your cards right, can be truly transformative. We're talking about 44% of people achieving feelings of genuine financial independence, and a remarkable 27% viewing their side hustle as their primary long-term retirement plan. This isn't about if you can balance it, it's about how well you can engineer your life, your time, and your efforts to make it work for you. The era of a single income stream providing unshakable security is, largely, over. Building a successful side income while managing a full-time job isn't for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that much. But it is entirely achievable with the right strategy, the right mindset, and the right tools. It demands discipline, it absolutely requires technological leverage, and it necessitates a cold, hard, realistic look at your true priorities. So, my one piece of expert advice for you is this. Treat your side hustle not as a hobby, something you dabble in, but as a lean, agile startup. Apply the same ruthless efficiency, the same data-driven decisions, and the same relentless focus on value creation that a venture-backed company would. Your time, my friends, is your capital. Invest it wisely and demand a return. Now tell me, what's your biggest challenge in balancing these two incredibly demanding worlds? Share your thoughts. I'm listening.